Hi friends, welcome back to English Verbs. Again, I am going to discuss about the parts of speech. So this is the introductory part of parts of speech. Later, I will make video about separate videos about all of the parts of speech, that is of noun, verb, pronoun, preposition, etc. Separate videos will be uploaded on different topics in grammar, but today I'll discuss about the introduction to parts of speech. In short, we'll know what is the parts of speech, what are the parts of speech, and what are they called, and why and how we can know that what is a part of speech. So part of speech is a part of a sentence. Okay, part of speech is a part of a sentence. So there are different parts of speech. A sentence is divided into different parts of speech. So these are the parts of speech. There are 8 parts of speech, that are verb, noun, adjective, adverb, pronoun, interjection, conjunction, and preposition. So these are the parts of speech, 8 parts of speech. So let us discuss one by one in short. So this is the first one, verb. So what is a verb? Verb is a doing word or action word or stating word or occurring word. So all these phrases means doing word or action word or stating word or occurring word. These are verbs. So let us discuss one by one. So doing word, what is doing word or action word? Doing word is something that is done by someone. Suppose someone does something. A work is done by someone. That work is a doing word or action word. For example, the girl is playing with her brother. Here, playing. The girl is playing with her brother. So that work, playing, the work playing is done by the girl. So that is a doing word. So playing or is playing is a verb phrase, and both of the words is and playing are verbs. Okay. Next sentence. Mother cooks food for us. So here the highlighted word is cooks. So cooks is a doing word or action word. We can call it a verb. Okay, because the work cooking is done by mother. So cook is verb here. Okay, doing word. Next, stating word. Stating word means state means express. To say something, to express your ideas or your feelings. Okay, so whatever. So stating word means that is not done by anyone, but someone states or expresses something. If someone states or expresses something about his feelings or liking, disliking, that is stating word, and whatever the word used for the state or the expression is called the verb or stating word. Here the verb is a stating word again. For example, I like to eat mangoes. So here highlighted word is like. Like means you are expressing or you are stating. I like means that I state my or I express my wish. Okay. And the next sentence, she feels like visiting. She feels. She expresses her feelings. Okay, feels is also a verb. Again, occurring word. Occurring word means something occurs or happens but not done by anyone. Nobody does, but it happens. Occurs. Example, he gets angry when she wishes, his wishes are not fulfilled. He gets angry when his wishes are not fulfilled. Gets. So it occurs. Anger occurs depending to a situation. Next sentence, he scores well and becomes the teacher's favorite. So here I should have put an apostrophe after the teachers, because this is uh, plural and about of, you should put apostrophe. Okay. So he scores well and becomes the teacher's favorite. He scores well and becomes here occurs. Okay, the word becomes is a verb and it occurs, not done by anyone. So this is a verb. Next slide. So now this is turn of noun. So what is a noun? Noun is a naming word. Okay, noun is a naming word. So what is it mean, or what does it mean? Naming means name. All names are nouns. Noun is a naming word. So every name is a noun. Whatever there are in the world about persons, places, things, whatever we call something, there are nothing that has no name. So everything that has a name is a noun. Okay, everything that has a name is a noun. So I write all names are noun. It can be any name such as person, place, things, etc. Whatever the name it may be. Example, Ram is my best friend. Here Ram is a name of a person. Kohima is the capital of Nagaland. So here highlighted words Kohima and Nagaland. Kohima and Nagaland are two places. They are the names of two different places, Kohima and Nagaland. So they are also nouns because they are names. I want a pen to solve the sum. I want a pen. So here pen is highlighted. Pen is a thing, an object. So we call something. Okay, pen is an object or a thing. We call it pen. That means we name it. That is also a noun. Next. Pronoun. So what is a pronoun? Pronoun is a replacing word. I have written in the bracket noun means pronoun replaces noun. That means in the place of a noun we place pronoun. Okay, or pronoun is used in the place of a noun. So a pronoun is a word that is used instead of a noun or noun phrase. For example, we can understand better if we take some example. For example, I have a pet dog. Okay, here dog is highlighted. Dog is a name of an animal. Okay, so dog is a noun because it is a name. I have already told you in the previous slide that every name is a noun. So here dog is a name of an animal. So dog is a noun, and in the next sentence it is brown in color. I have a pet dog, it is brown in color. So here it is highlighted. Why? Because it is used in the place of a dog. Okay, for dog I have used it. So it is the pronoun here because it replaces, or in the place of the noun dog we used it. Next, Manoj is my childhood friend. He works in an MNC. Manoj is my childhood friend. So here Manoj is a person. It is highlighted, is a person, name of a person, so it is noun. In the next sentence, he works in an MNC. Here he is highlighted and he is used. Here he, I have used he in place of Manoj. In the next sentence, I could have written like this. Manoj is my childhood friend. Manoj works in an MNC. But here I used he in place of Manoj, in place of a name or a noun, because Manoj is a name and it is a noun. In the place of a noun I used he. So he is the replacing word here, is the pronoun here. Okay. Again, so this is adjective. So what do you mean by adjective? Adjective is a describing word. Describing means explaining, narrating, explaining something. Something about what? About whom we express or whom we describe. We describe when we describe the noun or pronoun. That is adjective. So adjective describes noun or pronoun. Describes means what? Describes means tell something about noun or pronoun. So adjectives are words that describe the qualities or states of being of nouns. So about nouns or whatever about pronouns, we use or we say something more about them. Then we call them adjectives. Such as enormous, dog-like, silly, yellow. See, these words are some of the adjectives that can be used to describe the noun. Example, they live in a beautiful house. They live in a beautiful house. Here beautiful is highlighted, so beautiful is adjective here. How? Because it describes about the house. House is a place or a noun here, because it is a noun, name of a place. House is a place, name of a place. So here house is noun and beautiful house. When we say house, that means any kind of house. It may be bad, it may be good, it may be beautiful, may be ugly, may be small, may be big, so whatever. But when we say a beautiful house, that means we only talk about the beautiful house. Okay, so the word beautiful expressed or described something more information about that noun house. Okay, so that's why we call beautiful as the adjective here. Again, Mamta can make a delicious dish for all of us. So delicious dish. Okay, here delicious dish. Dish is a noun and dish is a noun means it is a thing. So it is a thing and things are nouns because we call something to a thing. So about delicious dish, what kind of dish? This is delicious dish. So delicious word, the delicious word expressed or described the word or the noun dish. That's why delicious is also adjective. Then adverb. Adverb means what? Adverb is a describing word. Again, adverb is also describing word, but here it describes not the noun or pronoun. It describes the verb, adjective or adverb. Okay. So in the previous slide I have already told you that adjective describes the nouns or pronouns, but here adverb describes about the verb, adjective or adverb. Okay. So a word or phrase that modifies or qualifies an adjective, verb or other adverb or a word group expressing a relation of place, time, circumstance, manner, cause, degree, etc. So an adverb can signify or qualify an adjective or verb or adverb. Okay. In which field? In the field of place, time, circumstance, manner, cause, degree. So these are the different kinds of adverbs. So you can call them adverb of time, adverb of place, adverb of manner, like this. Okay. So this can describe or this describes, adverb describes the noun, verbs, adjectives or adverbs in these situations. For example, she never tells a lie. She never tells a lie. Here never is highlighted. Never is an adjective. How? It is because never signifies or tells about a time. About time. Never means time. It signifies time. So she never tells. So here the word tells is the verb and before tells or verb never is used and never describes the verb here. That's why it is adverb. That's why it is adverb. Again, it is very fine today. It is very fine today. Very fine. Fine is an adjective. Okay, fine is an adjective and very fine, when we call very fine, very describes the word fine. That's why as the word very describes the adjective, it is called adverb. So very is called adverb because it describes the adjective fine. Okay. Then preposition. What is preposition? Preposition is a relating word. Relating words means it relates. It relates the noun or pronoun. Okay. That means how does it mean? A preposition is a word or group of words used before a noun, pronoun or noun phrase to show direction, time, place, location, spatial relationships or to introduce an object. So before a noun or pronoun or noun phrase we can use prepositions. Okay, and that preposition expresses about the direction, time, place, location, spatial relationship or introduction to an object. Okay, we can easily explain or we can easily understand with the help of examples. For example, these are the examples of prepositions like in, at, on, off, to, etc. These are the Examples of prepositions in sentence we can use them like this. He is climbing up the tree. He is climbing up the tree. Here up is preposition. Why? How it is preposition? Up is a place. Okay, it is used as a place. Climbing up the tree. Okay, or direction, place, whatever it may be used as. So next sentence, Nidhi entered into the room. Into the room. Entered into the room. Into is also a place, a direction. Again, okay. The dog is sleeping under the bed. Under is also a place. Okay. Besides that, we can also use towards, to, in, on. Okay. For example, under means here is a place, but on. Put a book on the, or keep a book on the table. Keep a book on the table. Here on is a place. Okay. Here conjunction. Conjunction means what? Conjunction is a linking word. Linking word means it links. Links what? It links words, or it links or joins. It joins words, phrases, clauses or sentences. Two different sentences can be joined or linked with the help of a conjunction, or two words can also be linked or joined with the help of a conjunction. For example, but, and, because, although, yet, since, unless, or, nor, while, where. Okay, there are many conjunctions we can use to join or to link words or phrases or clauses or sentences. Okay, example, he is good at sports but bad at studies. Okay, here two different sentences are used and are linked with the help of a conjunction but. But is a conjunction. But is used to link two sentences. What are the two sentences can be? He is good at sports. He is bad at studies. As these two sentences are different kinds, are of two opposite qualities of the person. So we used but. Okay, he is good at sports but bad at studies. Okay, again the second sentence, it was raining outside so they didn't go to work. Okay, again it was also used as a conjunction. So, okay, so was used as a conjunction. Now interjection, this is the last part of speech. So what is interjection? Interjection is a surprising word. Surprising means it is used when something surprising happens. For example, interjections are words intended to express different levels of emotion or surprise and are usually seen as independent grammatically from the main sentence. Okay, here interjection has no particular meaning, no particular dictionary meaning, but it is used independently, grammatically independent. These are grammatically independent, expressing the sudden emotions, any surprising moment. Okay, interjections usually stand alone and are often punctuated with an exclamation point or exclamation mark. For example, wow, hurrah, hooray, oh, alas, ouch, oops, ah, aha, yahoo, bravo, etc. These are the some of the examples of interjections. We can use them as a sudden emotions. For example, wow, what a beautiful painting. So the main sentence is what a beautiful painting. But to express our feelings, express our emotion in that point, we used wow in happiness. Okay, wow can be used in happiness. Hurrah, we won the match. This is again to express the sense of victory, the emotion, to express the emotion while getting any victory. Hurrah. Okay, again alas, oh. So these can be also used in different emotions, to express different emotions For example, Allahs can be used in sadness. If someone dies, we can say Allahs. Okay, so these are the some of the interjections we can understand. So this is the end of the video today. So this was only the introduction part of parts of speech. In the later videos, I'll discuss separately about all those parts of speech. I'll make separate videos about nouns, pronouns, verbs, and all other grammatical items. Okay, thank you for watching. And if you wish me to make any video about any of the grammar items or whatever topics you may want me to make the video about, so you may contact me in the comment box and tell me in the comment box. I will definitely make video about them very soon. Thank you everyone. Thank you. God bless you. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.